So today we're going to talk about why am I married? Why am I married despite me telling men not to get married? So um on the previous episode, I had somebody comment and ask, well, if you were married, you know, why are you telling men to get married? So in today's episode, I'm going to be breaking that down for you on, why I'm currently married, why did I get married, and, you know, so on and so forth. So you guys can understand. So I'm going to start from the beginning. By the way, it's a beautiful day outside in Dallas, Texas. Nice weekend, Memorial Day weekend. So I had to come outside and, give a different, scenery. But let's jump into it. So me and my current wife, we started dating around almost 10 years ago. We met when I think I was 20 and she was going on 19 at the time. We met in college. So after college, we ended up moving in together. To make a long story short, we got our first apartment together. And soon after, I think we were together for about a year, or 2 years, I believe. And she got pregnant. And that's with my now, 5-year-old daughter. So even after she got pregnant, I was slow to get married. And I was slow to get married because I didn't have everything together. I didn't have finances together. I didn't have, a stable career, a stable job. At the time I was a photographer and I was trying to get my photography business off the ground. And as you can imagine, when a child is born, it kind of makes things a little bit difficult. Now it's not about you anymore. Now you have to think about, okay, now I have to provide for this woman, and now I have to prepare for a child that I am not prepared for. So I had to put all my aspirations to the side, put all my dreams to the side, and man up. And me growing up, my father was there, but at the same time, he wasn't there. He wasn't present. I always knew where my father was. We stayed in the same city. I would go see him from time to time, but he just wasn't present as, a father should. And, my ideology is if you see better, do better. So now that I've brought a child into it and, had a child young, got pregnant young, I wanted to do something different than what I seen growing up. I seen my mother struggle. I seen the effects of single motherhood. I know what it's like. I know what it does to children. I know what it does to a community. So I chose not to go that route. So one of the main reasons I got married is because I didn't want to be the reason that a child grew up either without a father or a father that wasn't present or in their life like they could have been and just produce an inefficient child, inefficient seed. So, yes, I tell men not to get married. Yes, I tell men, you know, not to, stay away from, certain kinds of women. And if you don't have your finances in order, maybe you just need to leave women alone altogether. And the reason I say that is because from experience, I'm experienced in that area. The reason I can speak on marriage is because I am married, and not saying that my marriage is like on the rocks, or like I don't enjoy, you know, my woman or anything like that. Because first and foremost, she's a great woman. We've had our ups and downs. We've came a long way. I've had a lot of work done. She's had a lot of work done, and we are where we now because we both chose to put in the work. And before, when we first started dating, I wasn't who I am today. I wasn't, I guess, for trendy words' sake, I wasn't red pilled back when I was 21. I'm 28 now. I wasn't red pilled. I didn't know a female's nature. I wasn't aware of a female's nature until later on. I wasn't aware of how a man should act. I had some kind of sense of how it was supposed to be, but not how I not the knowledge that I have today is not the knowledge I had back then. So I became more so red pilled when I got into my relationship. And you got to think too, if life happens, right? Life happens. And not all the time is life solely about you, especially like when you're responsible, for other people. And I took the risk, I took the responsibility of what I produced. Could I be freer, you know, solo dolo? Yes. Could I, live uh, this ultra fruitful life being solo dolo as a high producing man, or a high potential man? Yeah, all day long. But you got to realize at some point in your life as men, you got to realize that not everything is about you. Some things are bigger than you. Just like this YouTube channel, it's not all about me. I created this YouTube channel like later on when I became red pilled, when I became aware. I created this YouTube channel for other men. That's who I created this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is not about me. Do I talk about me sometimes? Yeah. But this YouTube channel is for the men who didn't have guidance growing up. This for the men who may have come from, similar backgrounds where they didn't have that father in their life. They didn't have that uncle in their life. They didn't have just men in their life to guide them on how to be men and operate with women. See, everything what you guys got to understand is not everything is not set in stone. I'm not telling men not to get married just because I'm anti-marriage. I believe marriage in a traditional sense works. I believe marriage works when the man is at the head and the woman is at the tail. I believe marriage works when the man is leading that relationship, providing for that relationship, and setting the boundaries, setting the rule of law in that marriage and relationships. But that we're not in those times anymore, even economically. There used to be a time where the man went to work and provided everything and the woman stayed home. Now that's almost economically impossible. However, women are still requiring that of men. So if you can't operate in a traditional sense, what is the point? See, I go to work, I work 11, 12 hours. I work anywhere between 10 to 12 hours, Monday through Friday. And then I'm doing YouTube on top of that. So I'm working. My wife, she has a little, little gig, little part-time gig, but she works from home. So she raises our daughter while I go out into the world and produce. And that's how I believe that it should work for men. And that's why I talk about men needing to produce, men needing to be the best version of themselves as like possible. You need to be in the gym producing the best body that you can, because that translates into other areas of your life, mentally, financially. And yeah, you can be a fat slob and still make money. Yeah, we know that. But then your health suffers. So yes, my wife stays home. We have a more traditional setup. So that marriage works for that sense. But then I understand as well that things can go left. I'm red pilled in a marriage. I understand that any day my wife could go left. I understand that. Like my wife has no social media, but I still understand that there could be some outside influences in this modern world because I stay in America and I stay in Texas. I stay in a conservative state, but for the most part, I mean, that means nothing. She can still get influenced by feminism. She can still get influenced by independent womanism. It's still possible, and I understand that. But I didn't take the risk because, oh, I was just so in love. I want to marry. No, I didn't. I didn't do it for that. Is she a good woman? Yes. Do I love my wife? Yes. But I did it because it is bigger than me. And not all the times is life just black and white. Does marriage work today, in today's time, with the type of woman that are roaming the Western world and the world period? No, marriage does not work. And you're better off as a man not going through it. You better off. I have a rare woman. Is she still a woman? And does a woman's nature still apply to her? Absolutely. She can leave me for somebody that's higher than me. I understand that. I understand that I can get divorce raped. I understand that. I understand that she look, anything is possible. I understand that. So to answer to that question of that comment, y'all can go back and find it. I may just post it right here, you know, uh, for the thumbnail. But to answer that question, that is the reason why. Because it was bigger than me. I didn't, why would I get her pregnant and then just up and leave? Because I wanted to live my own life. No, I took the time out to lay down with her, unprotected, and produce a child with her. So now you have to take on a responsibility of that child in the best manner possible. Two parent households statistically work best for a child. So I did everything in my power to make sure that it works for that child. Like I said, could it go left? Absolutely. Could I end up one day she just saying, I don't want this anymore. I found somebody better? Absolutely. And I get, put on child support for the remainder of that child's, childhood life? Absolutely. Absolutely. I understand all of it. But by the time I was red pilled, by the time I understood a woman's nature, by the time all I got filled up with the knowledge, quite frankly, it was too late. It was too late by then. I had already accepted, dang, if it goes left, it just goes left. And another reason why I don't recommend marriage for men is because of the like I said earlier, the economic factor of it. Like I just don't. She's just not put up in the house and just sitting there. Like, you got to maintain a woman. Most men today don't have the finances to maintain a woman. And I'm not just out here big balling. I'm not just out here big baller, but I do have to maintain that woman. She has to get her hair done. She has to get her nails done. She wants clothes. She wants shoes. And not only that, I have to provide for my daughter. She wants the same things. Well, besides the nails and all that stuff, she ain't old enough for that yet. But she wants the same thing. She's in activities. My daughter is homeschooled, but she's involved in outside activities. So I have to pay for that. So if you're not ready to absolutely provide for a woman, you might as well just leave marriage alone. But then on top of that, you have a lack of traditional women in the Western world, in America, and it's just not worth it for men. Would you rather listen to a man who has never been in a long-term relationship, who has never been married or married and divorced? Would you rather listen to a man who has been through none of that experiences, or would you rather listen to a man who is currently married, currently understands the dynamics of marriage, currently understands what it takes to, succeed in marriage? And I'm not by no means saying that it's all perfect, sunshine and rainbows. It's not. However, it's better than most. It's better than most. So you gotta pick your poison, guys. I made my choice. Just like I chose to have a child out of wedlock. I made that choice, so you gotta deal with the consequences of that. And then deal with the consequences of that. Having that child, okay, that was a consequence. Now I have to marry this woman. Okay, another consequence. Because I am getting better and better as life goes on. I'm getting better and better. And yes, I am locked into a marriage. It is what it is. What can I do? What can I say? See, y'all make it seem like, oh, since you're red pill now, you might as well just up and leave your wife and your daughter. What? How? Tell me how that would realistically work for me. Tell me how I could realistically, just because I became red pill, I just up and leave. Just because I became red pill. Come on now. Makes sense. Sometimes you guys, like, a lot of men operate outside of reality. It don't work. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. So, and I will continue to say and continue to vouch for men not getting married in this current state of affairs. That's what I will continue to preach. That is my message. Marriage does not work today. Me personally, I still have the possibility, because women apply for divorce at a 70 to 80% rate, only climbing. So I still have the possibility of this woman being that statistic. Hopefully the chances are low, but we don't hope over here. We don't hope over here. We prepare. So if that day ever comes, I will be prepared. Taken aback, hurt, sure. I'm human. I'm absolutely human. But I will be prepared. See, a lot of men, y'all get into relationships and, maybe even married, and y'all think that, Oh, not my woman. Oh, my woman will never do that. Oh, nah, she's perfect. She's this. Meanwhile, your woman going to work and she got a work husband. She's sucking his dick in the parking lot. A lot of men can't even afford, and I talked about this in one of my previous videos. I'll put it up right here. A lot of y'all can afford feminine women. A lot of men can afford femininity. You have to pay the cost to be the boss. And that is another reason why I don't recommend marriage for men. Because a lot of men statistically aren't doing the best economically. And women want the top 10%, top 5% men. That's who they're going for, even if they have to share them. See, the thing is, in my dynamic, there's been there's been mistakes that have happened along the way, and like on my part. And I told my wife, by any means necessary, I'm going to get to where I need to be, because I've already set my life back years just having a child, just putting a lot of stuff on the back burner to make sure that my daughter's good, to make sure that my wife is good. I've already put a lot of stuff on the back burner. I had to sit my wife down and tell her, hey, this is it. I'm not being held back anymore. I will get rid of you and take the consequences to the chin of getting rid of you, but I will get to destination that I intend on getting at. And I would do it with you, or I would do it without you. That's the conversation that I had to have with my wife. I also told her, hey, I also like beautiful women. I like other beautiful women. I'm not saying that I'm a get out here and do something, but at the same time, you might as well already have in your mind, hey, maybe he got some other, side chick or something. Maybe he's dealing with, a paid woman, whatever the case. I told her, you might as well go ahead and put that in your head and get through it. Because I may or may not, regardless of the morality of it, I'm still a man. I'm still a man at the end of the day. You got men of the cloth, and men of the cloth. I'm talking about men in the church, and you know men of Islam, and whatever the case. They supposed to be the highest of the high, but then they lying to people, making it seem like they're just as high and mighty people. Meanwhile, they fucking the clergy members. A man still gonna be a man at the end of the day. Man still gonna be a man at the end of the day. And you give that man power and you give that man money, a man is only as faithful as his options. And you as a man, when you get power and money, it comes with the territory. So I already know where I need to be. I already know where I want to be. And I know certain things are gonna come with it. I already know. So a lot of men, they don't even have the balls to tell their wife or significant other or girlfriend, hey, I I like other women, or I find other women attractive. And I'm not saying it to like just be like, oh yeah, you should go and cheat on your girl and this, that, and the third. I'm not saying it for all that. I'm saying it as it's in our DNA as men to be attracted to beautiful women. It's in our DNA. And then, like I said, if you're a man of resources, if you're a man of substance, if you're a man of power, you're going to be as faithful as your options. What Kanye said, how you stay faithful in a room full of hoes, how do you? You're just a man at the end of the day. You're just a man. So that's why this channel is called The After Pill. Are some things red pill? Yep. Are some things purple pill, like this video? Yeah. Some people would probably even call me purple pill, but I kind of, the reason I disagree with that is because I'm red pill by standards. I'm red pill based on how my relationship works. I'm red pill how I present myself. I'm red pill all the way through. And also, I got a little hint of black pill in there. Got a little hint of purple pill in there because I am married and I am in that kind of dynamic where it can ruin me. But the best possible option for me is not leaving my woman and child just because, oh, it may not work or she may divorce me. We're long past that now. I've already passed that. Maybe if I had known before she got pregnant, maybe if I was red pilled before she got pregnant, maybe if I came into that knowledge before she got pregnant, maybe things would have happened a little bit differently. Maybe I would have been a little bit more careful um, in sex. I would have been a little bit more careful in, you know, approaching women and being with women. I would have been a little bit more careful. But we had passed that point. So now you got to handle the choices you made that's right here in front of your face. And that's what I did. Manning up is not always about red pill, blue pill, purple pill, whatever pill. Manning up isn't always about that. Sometimes manning up is just manning the fuck up, handling business, not making excuses. Because what if I would have left? Now I have to answer to a child who may not have had her father present. Why weren't you there? Why didn't you make it work? Well, why did you even have sex with her unprotected if you knew that you were going to blase blase? Now you got to answer the consequences of that. Every choice you make, there's a consequence, whether it's a good choice or a bad choice. There's still consequences. There will forever be consequences. And what makes you a man is how you deal with those choices and consequences. That's what makes you a man. Forget all this red pill, blue pill, purple pill, black pill, ideologies. What truly makes you a man is how you deal with life and how you deal with what life throws your way. And that's what makes you a man. I understand a woman's nature, like I said, and I'm just, restating points. I understand all that. Could she cheat? Sure. She's out the door. Could she look for a higher status man? Sure. She's out the door. Because a woman's nature, it still exists even in a marriage. It don't stop because a woman get married. So even now, she's with me because she continues to see my upward mobility. She continues to see where I'm going. She continues to see me work, grind hard. She continues to see my potential. She sees the light at the end of the tunnel. No matter if your woman is traditional, no matter if the woman is a feminist, womanist, uh, what you call that, a 304, whatever the case, all women are after the same thing at the end of the day. They want to be taken care of and they're looking to be secured with a man who can provide. All women are looking for that, no matter what walk of life, no matter whatever the case. It doesn't matter. All women are looking for the same thing, no matter if they're feminine or no matter if they're a little masculine. It doesn't matter. So I understand that even in my dynamic right now, that my wife is with me because she see the potential. She see me providing. Now let that stop. Let it stop. Let me get run into a hiccup. And I'm not saying that she'll leave just because, I hurt myself or injure myself to where I can't work or something like that. My wife has already showed me, hey, she's willing to pick up the slack. She's willing to grind herself into the dirt till I get myself back on my feet. Yeah, she showed me that already. She showed me. But at the same time, there still is that possibility that, hey, she can say kick rocks. You're no longer doing what you're supposed to do. I'm used to getting and I've already introduced this kind of life to her already. So now the expectations are up here. So now it's expected that she get her nails done. Now it's expected that she get her hair done. Now it's expected that she go to 4 or 5 star restaurants. Now that stuff is expected. It's expected now. And that's the standard. And a lot of men can't afford that standard. And that's why I don't vouch for marriage for men. Next question. And that's an after pill. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit that like button. Comment your thoughts down below. Hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.